Greetings, everybody. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas, everybody. Belated. Let me see if I can move my boom a little bit here. Sorry about any kind of noise I'm gonna make. Sorry about that, guys. I got a little small area, so I don't have much room to work with. But hopefully this will be good enough. So, I want to get right into it. Thank you guys for joining me. Appreciate that. Not going to waste your time. Going to get right to it. So I want to talk about again. I want to come back around again with the state of correct grammar. And this time, what I want to do is I want to use something that is to me is relatable to it, based off of the things that I've been seeing. Okay, so I'm not sure if I got any people in the group or in my group or just in the venue that are movie and video game buffs. Okay, I am. I grew up in that kind of area. I had a really creative family. My mom and dad had bands. I was into art and everything like that. I was exposed to a lot of movies and stuff like that. Just a lot of culture. My mom took me to a lot of art galleries, plays, stuff like that. So kind of well rounded. You know what I'm saying? So at that time when when the movies was coming out and all the games and everything was coming out, you had a really everything was dynamic. You had really great films. I grew up in the time. I'm born in the '70s, so I think I was born at a really, really prime time of entertainment when entertainment was reaching this particular prime. Because I think we got some of the best entertainment content. Okay, from games to movies. Okay, seriously, and even television series, from the Cosby Show to Saved by the Bell, to Romancing the Stone, Indiana Jones, Star Wars. It was Star Wars a little bit before me, but we had some great entertainment content. Okay, one of the reasons why this content was such a great content is because the people that were creating this content and everything were what we would call experienced. Okay, so they were these writers like for Romancing the Stone, Indiana Jones, even games. These guys were using the experiences, and I use writers in particular because those guys they got to tell a story. Okay, so a lot of them use experiences from life and everything to tell these stories and everything, and you see it comes out in the movies, and it comes out in a way that's entertaining to the public. And so we had a bunch of great stuff, and then with games, you had when after the video game crash, you had the Nintendo come out. You had a bunch of great developers, particularly after the Commodore. Well, I would say after the release of the PS1 is when you really started to see a culmination of groups, the video game developers coming together and actually making some dedicated teams. So you had like Metal Gear Solid came out with Konami, and you had Kojima, who was the creator of that. Then you had Masahiro Shiro with Mario and his team. They've been creating Mario for years. So it was just these guys just created incredible games. You had Bethesda, you had Ubisoft, you got Activision, you got Blizzard. Just a bunch of these great developers around, from Japanese and Ubisoft's a French company and stuff like that. So you got these companies, and what they did is they built a community of developers. And I want to focus on Blizzard in particular with World of Warcraft. Now, World of Warcraft is a phenomenon in itself. Anybody that's a video game advocate would know exactly what I'm talking about. Even if you never played the game, you heard of it because it's just that big. So it started off as a isometric, over-the-top strategy type game. I remember seeing this game when I was in school in 2002, 2003 or so, when I was with my roommate. He used to play it. I never understood what the hell it was, and I didn't have access to a computer like he did at the time. So now I understood. And then in about 2004 is when I got into World of Warcraft. So they had released you had Warcraft, and then you had World of Warcraft, which was the 3D version of the game on PC. So the point is that the crews behind these developments of these games were tight knit. You know what I'm saying? And of course, with any kind of group dynamic, you're gonna have arguments, disagreements. Some things pop up. It's just what it is. You just gotta allow it to work through that. But they created a group dynamic, and overall, the entertainment at the time was a shared experience between everybody. Okay, for everybody, it was a shared experience. So. And they created these teams, and these guys would come out and do these game awards. You would see them come out there, like Ian from Blizzard. I can't think of Ian's last name, and all these other guys. They would come out, and they just had the ball. And everybody knows what happened with Blizzard. It was a terrible culture. What they call I forget what they call that culture, something like that. Frat boy culture, whatever, with the Cosby room and all this other stuff. So it was terrible. But what I'm saying is that the teams and stuff that were built at this time, the public was behind them because, in a general sense, they kind of included the public in this journey. Okay. Then something happened. Okay. Some clicked, some flip-flopped, and we can pinpoint this on the timeline. It's around about 2000. Now, I'll say before I say this, it happened a little bit before this, but around about 2015, 2016, when Donald Trump was elected president, that's when everything went batshit crazy. That's when everything went ballistic. Okay. So what we started seeing was that it took a while for us to see it, but we started seeing what was this group into what was known as DEI. Okay. Diversity, equity, inclusion / SEG. Okay. Social economics and governance is what that was. Okay. This was implementation plan by a company called BlackRock. All right. So what the DEI was basically what they were going to do is start to subvert the shared culture that we had built up over the years from our entertainment and just the general things, rock and roll music and all this other stuff, and then pervert that with this what we call the message. Okay, so the message pretty much was that now. And then you can now, before I go any further, if you want to read about this anymore, there's a website called I just left my mind. Film Threat. They did a whole article called the DEI Files. Yeah, this is serious, and this is what's going on. Basically, what was happening was you had these people that were being put into play through what was some kind of affirmative action issue. Okay, and it was really that. It was basically white people, white males in particular. Okay, were being struck out of these jobs that they had been in for 20 years. They wrote some of these movies, they created some of these series, you know what I'm saying? They had made these movies that we came to adore and actually created a culture around. Well, they started to kick these guys, started to target these guys and kick them out. And what they started to do is started bringing in a bunch of woke, DEI, gay, pushing people. That's exactly what they did. Matter of fact, there was a clip from Disney board meeting where there was a lady on there. It's a black woman. She was talking about, she was ecstatic about it, that she said she had a gay agenda and that she was pushing in on children and nobody could stop her. And she was ecstatic. She was going crazy about it. Okay. And we saw this when we had Blue's Clues, had a transgender, had a drag queen in it. You heard about Drag Queen Story Hour. Then you started seeing all the gay stuff in all the movies and everything. Like when you had the guy Billy Porter, the gay black man playing a fairy princess. Just want y'all to think about this. It's a Disney movie that was geared towards children, and they got a black man with a beard and taco meat for hair chest. Okay, and he up there talking about something, I'm your fairy godmother. Just think about this. Okay, so they went ballistic, and then it got even worse when the actors themselves, the producers, even the showrunners started attacking the fans, calling fans bigoted, racist, all this other stuff, homophobes, anti-Semites, and all this other stuff because of the crap content they were putting out. Okay, they weren't thinking about that. They were putting out crap content. Okay, but forcing this stuff on everybody, and people were getting tired of it. You know what I'm saying? These Mary Sues and all this other stuff, people getting tired of it. And they instead of them saying, hey man, let's stop and correct, they decided that, hey man, let's go ahead and double down and keep pushing this agenda on people. Okay? We've had Rachel Zegler, you know what I'm saying, a Mexican anti-American, okay, who is given the chance to play Snow White. Okay? Fleece, it's white as snow. Okay, I'm going to say it. She's white as snow. Rachel Zegler is almost my complexion, a little lighter. Okay, I just want you to understand this. All right? She's my complexion, maybe a little lighter. And she complained. You watch her up there with Gal Gadot. Yeah, she's up there complaining about how the original Disney film was weird, because she thought the guy in there was stalking the princess. And her film was about how she was going to be strong, bold, and true, and all this other crap. Okay, attack the fans, call them bigoted. You know what I'm saying? Kathleen Kennedy's done it. All right, Mark Hamill. You know, Mark Hamill, right at the end of the 2024, when during the elections and everything was going on, he was, I think, at a Comic-Con somewhere, something like that. He's up on stage. Okay, it's Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker, okay, up on stage. And he got up there and he told everybody, he said, for all my MAGA people out there, go force yourself. Damn, Mark. So you insulted half your base, half your fan base, because you got TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, in your head. Go force yourself. And that was what it was about. Disney fired Gina Carano, okay, over a post she made, but didn't fire her coworker Pedro Pascal for saying some really some racist stuff, and then gets up on stage with a glow stick, licking it like he's licking a piece of cock. There's video of him doing this, okay? Seriously. But they fired Gina Carano, a MMA champion, okay, a stand-up woman, who Kathleen Kennedy keeps, all these people keep pushing, and Kathleen Kennedy is the one that fired her, but, oh my God, Pedro Pascal, Mark Ruffalo, all these people. So what I'm saying is I'm making this dichotomy in the vein of correct grammar, because that's exactly what's happened there, okay? When Correct Grammar started off, it started off just like World of Warcraft, just like these movies where it was a shared experience. The team that was there, okay, was including the people in the journey. We felt the honesty, we felt the genuine nature of it. That's the key here, and that's where a lot of people have gotten fed up with a lot of this shit, the crap that's coming out, because there's no genuine nature to it. That's why a lot of folks have gravitated to a lot of YouTubers, people like me, Asmon Goode, you know what I'm saying, Yellow Flash, all these guys out there. That's why they gravitate to those guys, is because of the authenticity that they give, okay? Not this fake royal bullshit that you guys like to put out, okay? And that's what's going on with the correct grammar right now, okay? What you're seeing in the correct grammar is a usurping, okay, of the guard. Okay, none of what's going on in the correct grammar now is that there's no family, there's no community, there's no unity. It's only nothing but fucking separation. And as I said, like Russell stated, shit rolls downhill. Well, motherfucker, the buck stops at the top. Okay, straight up, seriously. You want to make these claims and you want to be the chief, I'm the man. Then the buck stops with you. When shit goes wrong, you need to address it. You can't sit in the background with your pretty fucking videos and all your shit like this and your high production quality and all sort of stuff and think you're just going to fool people. No, that's not the case. That's not going to be happening. And that's what's going on. And that's exactly what Russell's doing. The same thing that these guys are doing in the entertainment industry with video games and movies and stuff like that. Okay, he's got this DEI. Rachel is a DEI hire. Okay, she don't know how to read and write, but she was put in charge through an affirmative action issue, okay? And then her entire tenure, she talked shit to people, treated people like shit, and was absolute terrible. But nothing was taken account for, but then Russ gonna holler at everybody else. It's always everybody else's fault when shit fails. Same thing, see what I'm saying? Notice how Russ blames the students for the failures of shit not working when they go into court, they get arrested, they get hung up or something like that. Oh, it's the student fault, not Russ's fault. For giving a solid fucking foundation of what the fucking functions are. It's not his fault. Oh, I gave you the foundations. It's in my $6,000 seminars. See what I'm saying? Same shit. Y'all see the same? I've been thinking about this, thought about it really, really hard. I said, yeah, it's the same thing. And it's still going on to this day. Okay? You got these people running around. You know, it used to, even Denzel Washington pulled up. And I'm not a big fan of Michael B. Jordan. I hate that dude. I think he's a woke ass nigga hotep. That's what he is. Okay, he's a black guy that's got a bunch of hotep racist crap in his brain. But he told Michael B. Jordan, he said, "Listen, man, keep your social media presence to a minimum." And why is this? It's because at the time when he was coming up, the movie star was a mystery to us. Okay, the allure to see the movie star come out, okay, we had a lot of fun with it. Okay, we're like, oh man, we wonder what's about them. Now they all over the place. Mark Ruffalo, Mark Hamill, they're on Twitter every fucking day, going ballistic. Instead of promoting the movies that they're doing, instead of promoting the film, instead of talking about what they do, they worried about Trump, racism. Okay, that's what they worried about. Anti-Semitism, all this other fake crap. These keywords that these liberals like to come up with, this other stuff. That's what's going on. Okay, I see fascism within the correct grammar. That's my personal view on it. I see fascism. Y'all don't trust what I'm saying? Just go look at it. Go read the DEI files at filmthreat.com. Chris Gore. I've been following Chris since I was young. Chris was on G4. The attacks will come from Rachel in the general sense. Okay? That's where it came from. I've got reports from people all over the place. Okay? About the absolute nastiness. You see what I'm saying? And listen, I'm not saying that people can't correct themselves. I'm not saying that. But the problem is, you can go around, you're gonna fucking accuse me of helping people steal money. You're gonna threaten me. And then you're going to talk about accountability. Then you're going to get on a video and talk about how much you've improved and how you treat people. But you don't pick up the phone to apologize for the shit you've done. I want y'all to understand that what's going on here. There's absolutely no legacy claimants left in the correct grammar venue except me. And I'm talking about Russ. Okay, the only one left that really gives a fuck that's absolute is me. I am. Muriel's gone, Monty, all those other guys, they're gone. You don't hear from them, you don't see them. Okay, I'm the only one left. And I'm in a perfect position to make these claims and do all this and all this other stuff because I'm the only one in the entire venue next to Russ and maybe one other person in here that I know. I'm not talking about anybody outside that I might not know. Okay, so I'll make a clarity that has what is known as a claimant of life silver certificate. Okay, because I paid silver for my claimant of life. Now, I know somebody might think that might not mean nothing. Okay, but it does. Okay, when the venue keeps claiming that these are fictional things. You hear that all the time, right? But yet still, the claimant of life is 150 fictional things. Not 150 S silver. Okay, I mean that's fine. I understand. You know, I comprehend. You wanna try to meet everybody at the playing field where they can get to that. Okay, that's not a problem. I can understand that. But I just find that's a pretty peculiar thing. So that's my stance on it. Y'all know where I stand at. I've already said I'm the last flag standing, and I am. And the reason why I say that is not because of my knowledge of postal mechanics or nothing like that. No, it's because I've still created a space where people can come and speak their mind and be free. And not have to be worried about being under the spell of some bullshit. Not have to worry about being chastised, accused, betrayed by a man that claims he's about love and justice for all. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about. Okay, that's exactly what we're talking about. So when you threaten people, when you betray people in the venue, and then you get up there and you smile on the fucking camera, like, oh my God, it's just so great. Then there's always whistleblowers. Okay, there's always a whistleblower somewhere around. I'm one of them. All right, and I'm gonna continue to do it. My goal is to preserve the essence of what this venue was when I stepped into it. Now, I'm not some person that's against change. I have no problem with change. What I want is honest change. An honest update, pardon me guys, an honest update to the system in groups. And this is what's going on with the movies and everything. What you've seen, what you've seen, or what you saw is seen and saw. Okay, is a usurping of these little young whippersnappers coming in with no life experience and all, writing these movies like Lauren Histrich, okay, who deliberately said that she was going to take The Witcher. That was one of these great. If y'all don't know anything about The Witcher, I never read the books, and I never even had a chance to play the game. But the game was absolutely a phenomenon. Okay, and Henry Cavill on Netflix was one of the biggest. He was a walking encyclopedia on the fucking lore, and the fucking showrunner got up there and told the fans and told the person that wrote the book, hey man, fuck you and fuck your goddamn lore, fuck you. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna write my own motherfucking story. Okay. And end up making this whatever that Siri girl the center of the story. Now, from my understanding, that she does play some center role in the books and some in the games, but not like Lauren Histrich did it. You know what I'm saying? Where she completely removed Geralt out of the whole goddamn story. You see what I'm saying? Y'all see what that comment I'm making? That's what's going on right now. That's what's happened right now. We've been Lauren Histriched out this bitch in here. Okay, she's come in. Rachel, Russ has allowed this. Okay, the producer, the showrunner, the producer has allowed this to happen, where they've come in and usurped the original people that have come in, okay? And now this is what you got right now, okay? That's what it is. So that's what it is, man. I don't want to take too much of you guys' time. That's it. I don't think I need to go any further for y'all to even comprehend what the hell I'm saying on that, and that's it. I hope y'all guys are having a blessed start of your new year. Okay, I certainly am. Okay, because I got some shit I'm gonna work on. I'm gonna definitely be making my life better this year. And I'm gonna be completely honest, man. I've been in a complete downright, yeah, because I've been fucking pissed. I'm gonna be absolutely honest. Yeah, I've been stabbed in the back by these people that call you brother. Okay, like I'll call out right now: Dolores Jordan, Michael Jordan's sister, Felix Batts, Dave Klastack, Russell, Rachel. All these motherfuckers that run around and they talk about love and Christianity and all this other stuff, okay? I've had hours of conversations with Dr. Felix Batts, so Dr. Felix Batts and Dolores Jordan about Christian and Christ and all this other stuff. For them to only turn around and tell you to fuck off, okay? At some point in time, we can love and hug each other, and I won't, trust me, okay? I'm built for that. That's what I'm about. Okay. At the same time, you're not gonna fucking piss on me. All right, and then tell me that's rain. All right, honestly. Okay, you're not gonna shit on me and then tell me, oh, it's that Nickelodeon goop that they used to throw on you. You're not gonna do that. Those days are over. And anybody else that does that, they might have a very, very serious problem for me, because I'm at a point now where I'm cynical about it. Okay, all right, and I've really, really tried to work through that anger. Okay, because I'm tired of it. All right, and these are the same people that are running out here. They got money. Russell talking about he up there in silver suits and shit like that. I know what you're talking about. Extraterrestrials wear silver gear. Okay, well, because they're out in the cosmos, blocks cosmic radiation, and what he's talking about, energy or whatever and everything like that. I'm not going to get into the flat earth shit that was all over that fucking video or whatever the hell. I'm not going to get into that. Anyway, that's just where I'm at. Okay, with this situation. Okay, there's a time and a place when you can't allow shit just to go. The thing that Russ talked about, the bygones be bygones, that's a certain issue. When Russ talked about how he got knocked across the face, okay, and they were punching him, and then that eventually became a bygones be bygones thing because how they had worked it out. Okay, that was something different. That's fine. Y'all can bygone that. But when you threaten me, or when you come to me and you tell me and you accuse me that I'm helping people steal money and stuff like that and everything like that, okay, then you got a serious problem. Then you go out on another podcast and then both of y'all talk shit about me. So now what's going on? Now we got a serious problem. Okay, now you're trying to destroy my character. Okay. After me asking simple questions. How many of y'all have been in Rachel's group, Postmaster Basics, and have been eliminated for asking the questions. How many of y'all times y'all been in the Patreon and have been cut off from asking a question? I remember somebody telling me you used to be able to ask open questions, and one day it was just text, and then that disappeared, being moderated. You see what I'm saying? So I love you guys. Y'all take care. And as I'm not about putting out a bunch of content, okay? Because that's not what the correct grammar is about. There's only a limited amount we can put out anyway. Based on what Russell and those guys are doing, okay, which is just with bread and circus to me personally. That's why I'm looking at it, and that's it. My stance before I go: the correct grammar, the functions there between the correct grammar and the fraud syntax is sound. It's a function that can be proven. It can be tested. We can use that. And I advise everybody to stop using the correct grammar, to go out here and stop and correct people, and start using the correct grammar in other ways besides this stiff-ass contract thing that Russell tells you that you can only use it in. You can use correct grammar for a lot of other things too, as far as communicating positive messages and everything like that. You can actually put inflections and things into correct grammar if you know what you're doing, instead of it being dry. See, correct grammar is made to be a dry communication substance because there's no emotions in it, because it's using mathematics. But if you got some skill like I do, then you can put inflections and make it fun as well. Different levels of communication for it, okay, with it like that, so it can fluctuate and all that. Russell's so fucking stupid at times. This how out there he is, that he got mad at me, okay, and sent me a message of some of my YouTube channels, okay. My YouTube channel is like my gaming channel, Logitech. And my gaming channel is Logitech. Now, what I do, I got my name up there in Logitech, trying to keep to the tenets of myself being a postmaster and putting the things in correct grammar like he's asked, to try to promote that. And I guess he got confused, so he just don't understand gaming and everything like that. But I guess he highlighted all the videos I did of these games, and I guess he was wondering why I was putting that out there with correct grammar and all this other stuff, not knowing I didn't make these games. I'm just covering the fucking games, dumbass. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So he sent me all this other stuff, talking about some, oh my God, what's going on here? What's going on here? This, what you doing here with correct grammar? I'm doing what you told us to do. Okay, I got my whole goddamn fucking thing in correct grammar, just like you asked us to do. I got the videos in correct grammar. I didn't make the fucking games, asshole. You dumbass. That's how much you know about video games. You see what I'm saying? Got somebody like Rachel whispering in his ear. Don't know shit. Rachel up there accusing me of helping a student when he asked me to do just to help a simple syntax on his student loan form. Rachel accused me of helping the man trying to steal money. The man just wanted to do exercise using the student loan form. See what I'm talking about? I'm gonna try to just fucking expose it all, okay? And don't get me into Rachel's flirting. Anyway, y'all take care. Much love. Y'all, anybody got problems with the grammar or anything going on with the venue, you give me a fucking call. Give me an email, shoot me an email, whatever you need to do. Okay, I'm here for you. Cause I'm at the I don't give a fuck mode. Seriously. Okay? Now, what I mean by that, I don't care whose feelings I hurt. I don't care who get the fuck upset. I don't care. Because I see right now that they don't care. Okay, Russell and Rachel don't give a fuck. All they care about is the optics. That's it. Anyway, love y'all. Y'all take care. Peace. Thank you for watching, everybody. And be sure to visit my apparel store, my garment store, ZenWave at tpublic.com. ZenWave, you can see I got some couple cool designs up here. I got some political designs up here. I got some Trump stuff up here. I got some fun stuff up here for you guys and everything like that. Check out. And I'll be adding some extra designs here in the future. So, and if you guys want any custom things, let me know. You can hit me up. Email links and everything will be in the description. Much love to you guys and take care.